What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan and Nick Fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know the next video going to drop? Hit that notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into it. The New York Knicks last night destroyed the Utah Jazz. Well, this is what the Knicks supposed to do against bad teams. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to go out there and just pound them, and crush them. The Jazz never had a lead. Put it like this: the New York Knicks, the Utah Jazz never got from under 20-point deficit. The Knicks held a 20-point lead through the whole game. From the time the game started, the Knicks went on a 23-0 run to start the game, the longest recorded run in the NBA game to start. I would say history, but I don't want to go that far because I'm not a stat man. So I don't get that far back in. But the New York Knicks did their thing last night, destroying that team. I mean, when I looked at the way this team played last night, I don't see why we can't play this good against any other team. And that means the Magic. I know the Magic are a very physical team. They got some really good players. And Wagner, Suggs, bringing in Baines. I said Baines, but Bain. But the Knicks got to find a way to beat this team. The last time we played them, they beat us to the tune of 133 to 121. That first game, they blew us out because we played them twice, and they blew the wheels off the New York Knicks. And in this game, the Knicks actually had a chance to really win this game. But then Wagner went off. Like I said, he scored 37 points in that game in 34 minutes. He shot 13 from 19 from the field. He went 4 from 6 from downtown. We gotta find somebody that can contain him. And I know people are gonna say, well, OG is back and this is what should happen. But OG was in that first game, if I'm not mistaken. The first game that they blew our wheels off. You know what I'm saying? They blew our wheels off in that game. So I don't know if the Knicks have anybody that can stop Franz Wagner. I'm just I'm happy that Banchero's not playing because the way the New York Knicks have been beaten by Orlando Magic, it put a sour taste in the mouth. So one would have to question Mike Brown. And I already told you that I'm not going to judge Mike Brown season. When I say judge, I'm not going to call it a bust if we don't make the NBA Finals. But we have to make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I would be very disappointed in Mike Brown if he can't get this team into the playoffs. Then he got to be a one-year coach, a lame duck coach. I mean, if we don't make the playoffs, he got to get fired immediately after the season. That's my point. But if we make the playoffs and don't make the Eastern Conference Finals, then you got to give Mike Brown at least a year or two more. All right. But back to Orlando Magic. He's going to have to come up with a scheme. He's going to have to find a way to keep the team, when I say team, mainly Towns, composure. Towns, in that game, Towns had how many points? I mean, Towns didn't do bad in that game. But he lost his composure a lot. He let the referees non-call get to him and take him out of his game. He had 24 points that game, but he shot 6 of 14 and 2 from 6 from downtown. I'm not going to say uncharacteristic of Towns because he's having a slower start than last year. But in the last couple of games, he have come on. So that's another thing I'm looking forward to see what Towns can do because he has been playing better with a little more restraint, not using that arm to hook off guys. Playing a little more, I'm going to say, intelligent, a little smarter lately, and less emotional. You know what I'm saying? He's playing like a big cat and not a little kitten. So Towns is going to have to step up, even though, 24 points in the last game. Bridges had 18, Brunson 33 points in 37 minutes. Mitchell Robinson, we didn't get nothing out of Shams. I think Shams got hurt in that game as well. I forgot the game Shams got hurt in. But y'all hit me in the comments, let me know. But Shams had 0 points. He only played 3 minutes. He got hurt in that game, yeah. Yellowcelli had 4 points. Clarkson had 15, Hart 12. The bench didn't really do as well as we would like against them. Their bench came out and really pounded the ground with the New York Knicks, Anthony Black and them guys. They really hurt us. So Brown going. I mean, when I say Brown, I'm talking about Mike. Mike is going to have to. He's going to have to draw up a good game plan. Right now, the New York Knicks is sitting in second place, right behind the the surprising Detroit Pistons. I'm not gonna lie, the Detroit Pistons surprised me. I knew they would be in the playoff conversation, but I didn't think they would be the top of the East. And I know if you go by the logic of some of the guys that's already hating on Mike Brown, that that's the position that the New York Knicks should be in. The New York Knicks should be the number one team in the East. A lot of people probably feel that way because of Boston and Indiana and the way Miami playing teams like that. So the Knicks should be in that position. But Detroit stepped up. They made some moves over the offseason that really improved that roster. I'm just being real. So I'm surprised and I'm not surprised when I look at that roster and I look at the direction that team's going. But they're number one. The Knicks is right behind them, 2.5 games behind them. With a 15-7. If you look at last year where we was at after 22 games, I believe the Knicks have a better record. We are 2 or 3 games better than what we was last year. So this is why I'm saying I'm down with Brown. We're going to be taking on the Orlando Magic, which is fourth in the East, 14-9. And that, like, the way we blew out the Jazz is we supposed to beat them team. Now, this is going to be a good game. Not only, I'm not going to say that Orlando Magic is our nemesis for this season. The short season started with the quarter already happening. Right now, that's our rivalry. For me, that's our rivalry for the season. So we're going to see how if Orlando Magic don't flame out. I'm got a pretty good feeling somewhere down the line. If we don't meet in the Emirates Cup, we might meet in the playoffs. I just feel that way. It's a given, in my opinion. Then we got the Raptors, right? As I said, that's an important game because we be coming up with that Raptors Tuesday night, I believe, and that's an Emirates Cup quarter. Try to get to Vegas in that game, and with them being at 15-9, a game behind the Knicks and the other team, the Knicks can put some distance between themselves with this win over Orlando, which we need. We definitely need. And I do believe that if we can get the play that we got from this man right here, that is Miles, Deuce, McBride, had a spectacular game. And yeah, I'm about to go on to my Tom Thibodeau hating. So, that's for a couple of months. 2 weeks into All-Star break, I'm going to be talking about this from Brown, from Thibodeau. I'm going to be pointing out the difference. I am, because I hated on him so much last year that, so I don't want to be proven right, but I feel the Knicks made the right choice. And this is one of the reasons I feel like Miles McBride, man, he had a spectacular game, man. And he's been playing great in the last 5 or 6 games, averaging more than 17 points. I think he's shooting over 50% from downtown. And some people will say that Tom Thibodeau developed this guy. Nah, because there was time, and I know from some people going to say there wasn't room on the roster, but this guy was in the G League dropping 35 points. This guy was down in the G League holding dudes, their best players, down to single digits scoring. You know what I'm saying? And I know we had Barrett, we had to. But when I said that, he was playing Alfred Payton and guys like that over Miles McBride. And I was saying back then, whether it was 3 years, 4 years ago, I was saying this kid had to play. And this is what I'm talking about, understanding talent. Knowing that you can't be playing, this guy been in the league, he's a rookie, I'm going to play him over. And that's Tibbs, you know what I'm saying? And then Derrick Rose. We had Derrick Rose. Man, listen. Mike Brown is a 10 times better coach than Tom Thibodeau. I don't care what nobody say. And when you watch these guys play and how he's managing their minutes, like Brunson last night, Brunson played 31 minutes, yes. You know what I'm saying? Brunson played the most minutes out of all the starters. Bridges had like 20 minutes, Karl Anthony Towns 18-something minutes like that. But Brunson wanted to get, from that game bounce back. But when I'm talking about way Mike Brown, when we got into the fourth quarter and we was up 30-something points, 20-something points, he brung in the bench. And he let the bench rock. Now, y'all all know, we'd have been up 25, 30 points, 8 minutes and some change left in the fourth quarter. Our starters would have been in that game until we probably got up to 40 points, and it would have been maybe 35 seconds left, maybe a minute left before Tibbs would have put in our bench, which don't give our bench time to develop, puts our starters and stars in jeopardy to walk out that game with an unnecessary injury, because if you're down by so many points and you got these bum guys in or whoever trying to catch up, and if you could take a shot at a guy, you're going to take a shot at a guy. This is what I mean by better coaching. If you're losing, if you're down by 10 points and it's only 2 minutes left in the game, let me go back up because I'll leave my guys in there until it hits 25 seconds. But y'all understand what I'm saying. And if you don't, then y'all going to be riding and die with Tibbs until he get another job. I'm just going to be 100% real like that. Y'all going to be with him until he get another job. And I doubt. Now, this is another thing about if Tibbs was such a great coach, the moment he was fired from the New York Knicks, teams would have been making spaces. Them teams with the bum records, they didn't even try to say, yo, they didn't try to make a vacancy. They just said, this guy just took that franchise from here to there. He can do the same for ours. But they wasn't risking that because they know that the Knicks had the roster to do what they done the years that Tibbs was here. And even if y'all want to say with Barrett and quickly, look at how they performing in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? What you got to play these guys. They not bum players. Grimes, look at the contract Grimes got this year. Every player that we had under Tom Thibodeau that didn't show, I ain't gonna say show, because they showed the promising, but didn't get the time to play or flourishing of under other coaches. And that's how I measure a coach greatness. No, you're not a great coach if you inherit stars or draft a star, player like Derrick Rose, you know what I'm saying, or Towns, Karl Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? You inherit them guys. That don't make you a great coach. And I'm going to say it again. I meant to put your comment up because I enjoyed the comment. Like I said, I always want honesty. He's a great assistant coach. That's what Tibbs is. He's an assistant coach. He's not gonna get a team to the top of the mountain as a head coach because he doesn't know how to manage a team in today's sports. You know what I'm saying? That's to be 100% real. Now, Mike Brown and Tom Thibodeau both won championship as assistant coach. We're going to see who's going to be the first coach to win a championship as a head coach out of them two. And they're going to say it's unfair because Tom Thibodeau don't have a job. But y'all understand what I'm saying. And I think Mike Brown is going to bring us a championship either this year or next year. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about the trade and the Tumbo. I don't know. When I think about it, because we got this man right here, Jalen Brunson, the captain, a guy that can put up points no matter who you put on him. And I know a lot of people didn't think about this when he got into the league, but he's a bona fide star. And I think the team that we got surrounding Jalen Brunson is enough. Not only is it enough, I think if we go out and make a trade, and I'm not only talking about Anderson Tumbo, I'm talking about a trade, period. I don't think the Knicks should make a trade at all, and I'm going to make a video about that because I think it would mess with the chemistry. I'm going to be real and 100% with you. I really do think that it would mess with the chemistry of this team if we go out and bring in somebody else or try to add something to it. In my opinion right now, the Knicks are perfect. I know the bench could be playing just a little bit better, but I feel as the season go along, Yabusele started playing like we thought the player he was, like he looked like, you know what I'm saying? I think the Knicks is good where they at. We got Kolek, we got Clarkson, and now that McBride's going back to that bench, that's going to be points. Mitchell Robinson averaging like 18, 17 minutes, averaging 8 boards. His minutes is going to expand in the game. It don't even have to, but his defensive presence with the bench is going to be helping him out. When I say the bench, I mean the second unit. I like what we got. We don't need a superstar on the bench. We don't need a superstar team. We got what we got. I like what we got. Anunoby come back. When Shamit come back, I like where this team is at. And I think that a trade would be disrupted to the flow of the offense. It would take some time, and I know we still got a half a season to go whenever, if the Knicks do decide to make a trade. But I'm going to be 100% real with y'all that I think the Knicks, I mean, if we're going to make a trade, and I've been seeing these mock trades going on with Karl Anthony Towns, Dottier, and Colette. I'm going to be real. That's not much to give up for Antetokounmpo, but I still think it would make our team weaker. That's just my feeling. I just think it would take away from the bench. It would take away from that position when we need a point guard. I know y'all say, back to it goes to McBride. But McBride is not a point guard. McBride is an off guard. He can, handle the duties a little bit, but that's not his forte. And when he does that, his game struggles offensively. His game struggles defensively. When he got to constantly think about scoring for himself and getting everybody else involved, McBride usually doesn't have good games. And Tibbs didn't understand that last season. He didn't. And I see that Mike Brown know that. Mike Brown see that. Mike Brown understand everybody's qualities on his team, and I know it's only been 22 games, 23 games, but he's figuring it out. And he's getting to work best for this team. Now, we got to beat the Magic. I ain't saying that it'll be a mark on our season, because we heard it last year when we couldn't beat them teams. The Knicks can't beat the big teams, the best teams, the top dog teams in the NBA. And look where we went. You know what I'm saying? We went farther than anybody gave the New York Knicks credit for. And this is why I keep telling people that I'm not an expert. I only give you my opinion. All them experts had Cleveland and Boston dominating the playoffs last season. And we seen what happened. So I'm trying to tell y'all, fall back and let shit play out before, start running your mouth. That's what I always do. I let shit happen, and then I react to it. Now, we got to win this game tomorrow. I mean, for the Knicks fans, you know what I'm saying, for our confidence, and just in case we meet these teams further down the line, whether it be the playoffs or the Emirates Cups, we got to beat them tomorrow. And my biggest worry is that it's a matinee game, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and historically the Knicks don't do well. But this is a different team, because we've seen that narrative being changed since we got Brunson. And that's my, I never thought I would say this. Jalen Brunson, oh man, what would Jalen Brunson be labeled at the end of his career? If he don't win a championship, he'd just be one of them guys that was good, that just couldn't get it done. But if he bring a championship to New York, I'm not gonna say he's up there with Jordan, but you gotta put him somewhere around at least Stockton, you know what I'm saying? Isaiah Thomas, you know what I'm saying? And then point guards like around in there. I mean, I don't remember, and I'm 50-something years old, a player have done so much for the New York Knicks. And when I say about that, I mean, yeah, Patrick Ewing. I watched Patrick Ewing. I'm back from them days, Allen Houston. And a lot of people like to, and I'm going to say this, romanticize the era of Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony hurt this team more than people want to say or would like to admit. I mean, if we would have waited, someone would say Dolan stepped in too soon, but we would have waited, and his season, I mean, Carmelo Anthony, if Carmelo Anthony would have learned to be a Robin, I'm gonna be real with you. Hit me in the comments, call me crazy, because his skill set, I'm not even gonna say a Robin, but learn to be Superman. Everybody like to talk about Batman because Batman, Robin, but if he learned to be a Superman, a guy that can take control but know how to let other people lead, the Knicks would have been all right. The Knicks would have won a championship. Because we had a squad at one point that could have competed for a championship, but Carmelo Anthony was a selfish player, and I don't care what nobody say. He wasn't as selfish as Patrick Ewing, and only Patrick Ewing was selfish after games and all that. But Carmelo Anthony was selfish. Now, there's another thing I want to say. The Linsanity thing, I have to get this off my chest. I think Linsanity played less than 35 games for the New York Knicks, and he will forever be remembered as some type of savior. It's hype, y'all. It's hype. He went on. You see what his career became, and when he didn't play through the injury in the playoffs, that's when I lost my respect for Linsanity. Jeremy Lin. I'm just be 100% real. I don't care what none of y'all say. It was a cute story for a couple of weeks, but this is not a Knick great. I know I just went on to a totally different rant. But anyway, the Knicks gotta beat Orlando. Tell me what y'all think. Hit me up in the comments. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.